You know how sometimes when you're around certain people you feel one way, but then you spend time with other people and you feel like a completely different person. Maybe you feel super excited and happy around one group of friends. Then you go to spend time with another group of friends and you find yourself feeling really tired and bored. Or maybe you're talking to your parents and you feel stressed and anxious and overwhelmed. But then you talk to your partner and you feel soothed and relaxed and calm. Or maybe you're at work and you feel motivated and driven and ambitious. But then, after work you come home and you just want to throw yourself on the couch and do nothing. What's actually happening is that there are many versions of you that exist, and the version that shows up depends on who you're interacting with and where you are. Now, don't worry. This isn't some new age woo-woo stuff. This is quantum physics. You see, according to quantum physics, everything in the universe is made up of energy, and energy always responds to energy. When you meet someone new, whether it's a friend, a romantic partner, a co-worker, or even just an acquaintance, an energetic exchange begins. This happens on a subconscious level based on your past experiences, both recent and from long ago, as well as your emotional patterns. Essentially, everyone and every experience leaves an energetic imprint on you. And when that imprint matches the energy coming from someone else, it triggers an energetic exchange. For example, let's say you had a really bad day at work, where your boss was constantly criticizing you for small mistakes. You might start to feel really insecure and self-conscious. Now, imagine running into that same boss at the grocery store. Just seeing them in a different environment might trigger a subconscious fear response in you, causing you to feel anxious and stressed, even though they haven't said or done anything wrong. In that moment, the version of you that feels insecure and self-conscious is triggered and takes over. This is because the energy of your past experiences is still present in your body until you consciously override it with another emotion. In this way, we can think of ourselves as having an infinite number of versions, each one shaped by a unique set of experiences and emotions. It's important to remember that this isn't a bad thing. It's actually a reflection of the incredible adaptability and resilience of the human spirit. We're able to take on different roles and be different people depending on the situation because our consciousness is fluid and dynamic. It's not static. However, sometimes when we get really caught up in our roles or the expectations of others, we can lose touch with our authentic selves, and that can cause problems. You see, in order to manifest what we truly desire, we must be operating from a place of alignment. If we're paying attention to what everyone else wants, and what everyone else thinks, and what everyone else feels, we're going to start taking on more and more versions of ourselves that are unactually who we are deep down. Pretty soon we'll have no idea who we are. So how do we make sure that we're not getting lost in all of these versions of ourselves? Well, the key, according to neuroscientists and psychologists, is to stay connected to our core. Our core is the part of us that doesn't change no matter what. It's the part of us that is always present and aware. It's the part of us that observes our thoughts and feelings without judgment. When we're disconnected from our core, we're more likely to react from the lower brain, which is the part of the brain that's responsible for fight, flight, freeze or fawn responses. When we're reacting from the lower brain, we're more likely to be ruled by our emotions and less likely to be in control of our actions. On the other hand, when we're connected to our core, we're more likely to be ruled by our higher brain, which is the part of the brain that's responsible for decision-making and rational thought. When we're connected to our core, we're more likely to be in control of our actions and less likely to be ruled by our emotions. So here's a simple exercise that you can use to help you stay connected to your core. First, close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. Then bring your awareness to your body and notice any sensations you're feeling. Next, bring your awareness to your thoughts and notice any thoughts that are present. Finally, bring your awareness to your emotions and notice any emotions that you're feeling. The key is to observe all of these things without judgment. Simply notice them and let them be. As you continue to practice this exercise, you may notice that there's a part of you that's observing your thoughts, feelings and sensations without judgment. That's your core. That's the part of you that's always present and aware. As you get better at connecting to your core, you'll be able to access its power more easily. And when you do, you'll find that you're better able to manifest what you desire most. See, when we lose ourselves in the many versions of ourselves, we create what's called an energetic leak. An energetic leak is when our attention is scattered and focused on things that are unaligned with our highest good. When we have an energetic leak, we're essentially sending out mixed signals to the universe. We're saying, I want X, but I'm also focused on Y, Z and A, and the universe has no idea what to give us. On the other hand, when we're connected to our core, we send out a clear signal to the universe. We're focused on what we want and we're open to receiving it. When we're in this state of alignment, the universe can work its magic and bring us what we desire most. So if you're feeling stuck in your manifestations, it might be helpful to do this exercise and see if you're able to connect to your core. Also, if you notice that you're constantly changing who you are depending on who you're around, it might be helpful to ask yourself, why am I doing that? What am I afraid will happen if I don't? By exploring these questions, you can start to understand the root causes of your fears and start to heal them. Remember, the more aligned you are with your core, the more easily you'll be able to manifest your desires. Now, I know that this can be challenging, especially if you're used to seeking validation from other people. But the good news is that it gets easier with practice. So keep at it and don't give up. It is also important to note that this doesn't mean that you should ignore the needs of others, or that you should uncare what other people think of you. It simply means that you need to make sure that you're taking care of yourself first and foremost. You can't pour from an empty cup. If you're not full and aligned yourself, you won't be able to fully show up for others. Think about it like when you're on an airplane and they tell you to put your oxygen mask on first before helping others. It's the same thing here. If you're not aligned with your core, if you're not operating from a place of wholeness, you won't be able to effectively manifest what you truly desire. Because when we lose ourselves in the many versions of ourselves, we block the flow of energy and we prevent the universe from working its magic. However, when we become aware of all of our versions and we embrace our wholeness, we allow the universe to work through us. We raise our vibration and we attract our desired reality. So remember, you are a powerful co-creator of your reality. And when you're connected to your core, when you're operating from a place of wholeness, you can manifest anything you desire. I hope this helps, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please comment below and share this video with anyone you feel will benefit. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.